Let's get right into it. Number 1. The sudden urge to jump. You're standing on a balcony. It's a beautiful view. Fresh air, birds chirping. Everything's fine until your brain quietly whispers, "What if you jumped?" Cue internal panic. What the hell, brain? You weren't even sad 5 seconds ago. This delightful horror is called high place phenomenon. And no, it doesn't mean you're secretly suicidal. Psychologists think it might be your brain trying to double check your survival instincts. Like, hey, just confirming that we're not jumping today. Right, just making sure. No pressure. It's like your brain is holding a weird emergency drill while you're trying to vibe. Ironically, this unsettling impulse actually shows that you have a strong will to live. It's your body's messed up way of reinforcing self preservation. Your fight or flight alarm gets so excited to protect you that it briefly acts like you're already in danger, even when you're just enjoying the view. Basically, your brain's like a paranoid parent yelling, "Don't touch the stove," even though you weren't anywhere near the stove. So, the next time you feel that intrusive thought on a bridge or rooftop, just remember, it's your overly enthusiastic safety protocol glitching out. Thanks, brain. Super relaxing. Number 2, the urge to ruin everything. Just because you ever look at your phone, see an important message, and think, what if I just deleted it and never replied again? That, my friend, is the charming phenomenon known as self sabotage. And it's not just for procrastinators or people with commitment issues, it's built into all of us at some level. Your brain has this messed up habit of testing limits even when there's literally no reason to do so. Kind of like a cat knocking stuff off a shelf while making direct eye contact. You know, it's wrong, but also, chaos is fun. There's a cocktail of psychology at play here: fear of success, fear of failure, imposter syndrome, perfectionism. It's like a neurotic game show where no prize is worth winning. Sometimes destroying something before it has a chance to go wrong feels safer than waiting for it to fall apart naturally. So, you accidentally miss deadlines, you ghost people, you tank your own potential, and your brain goes, "Yep, nailed it. Crisis averted. You're welcome." It's not logical, it's not healthy. But hey, at least you're not alone in occasionally wanting to light your own life on fire just to watch it burn. Number 3, the voice that isn't yours but kinda is. You're walking home at night. A shadow shifts. Your brain goes, "Something's behind you." You turn. Nothing. But the thought's still there, clear, uninvited, and somehow not yours. This isn't full on hallucination, it's an intrusive thought. They pop into your head like corrupted pop up ads. What if you screamed right now? What if you just punched that guy? What if that shadow was you? Most of us have them. They're totally normal, but weirdly taboo. We don't talk about them, so we assume they're signs of mental illness, evil, or worse, the truth. But they're not. They're just your brain firing garbage signals, kind of like dreaming while you're awake. In fact, having intrusive thoughts usually means you're trying not to do the things you imagine. The very fact that they upset you, that's a good sign. It shows your moral compass is still spinning. The scary part: some people start to believe these thoughts define them. They don't. They're mental spam. You don't have to click. Number 4, why you secretly hope for disaster. Ever had that awful silent moment where a plane hits turbulence or a car suddenly swerves and your first emotion isn't panic? It's relief. No job to go to, no text to reply to, no responsibilities, just chaos. Finally, an excuse. This is called crisis fantasizing, and it's shockingly common, especially in people burned out or overwhelmed. The idea of everything going wrong? Weirdly comforting. Because then, it's not your fault. You're not lazy or failing. You're just in a disaster. Now you're a survivor. It's not that you want tragedy. You just want something bigger than your to-do list to shut your brain up. In a way, you're longing for a clean slate, like your mind wants to hit the emergency reset button. Kind of beautiful. Kind of terrifying. Number 5, the fear that you're a fraud. Even when you're not. You just got the job, or the award, or the compliment. And instead of feeling proud, your brain whispers, "They made a mistake." Welcome to imposter syndrome, a psychological parasite that convinces capable people they're faking it. It thrives in smart driven, sensitive minds. The better you are at something, the more your brain insists you're unqualified. Why? Because real growth often feels unfamiliar. And if it feels unfamiliar, it must be fake. Right, your brain isn't great at distinguishing new and challenging from wrong and dangerous. So, every win feels like a fluke and every failure feels like proof. The worst part, no amount of success cures it. In fact, it can make it worse. You keep leveling up and your fear of being found out levels up with you. Here's the real kicker: the people who actually don't belong, they usually never question it. Number 6. Why your brain loves horrible news. You don't want to see tragedy, but you can't look away. Car crashes, creepy headlines, graphic stories, they hijack your brain. This is the negativity bias, your brain's obsession with danger, designed to help your ancestors not die horribly. But in the digital age, it backfires. You end up doom scrolling until 2 a.m. full of secondhand trauma you never asked for. The irony: consuming fear makes you feel prepared, like watching the worst case scenario somehow keeps it from happening. Your brain wants patterns, warnings, threats, and the media, it knows. That's why your feed is full of burning buildings, dead eyed mugshots, and you won't believe what happened next. Fear gets clicks. Your fear gets monetized. Number 7. Why you sometimes hope. They'll text, and also hope they don't. You see the name pop up, your heart races, you don't reply. Why? This isn't indecision. It's a mental tug of war called attachment ambivalence. It's when your brain can't decide if something is safe or dangerous, so it convinces you to want and avoid it at the same time. You crave connection, but fear rejection. You want intimacy, but panic when it gets close. So you ghost. You obsess. You overthink every word like it's a landmine. And your brain's doing all this because it learned probably early on that love and pain might come from the same person. This push pull mess isn't you being flaky, it's you trying to survive uncertainty that once felt life threatening. Number 8. The strange comfort of imagining your own funeral. You're not suicidal, you're just picturing it. Who would cry? Who would show up? Would they finally understand? This is death ideation, a psychological coping tool, where you imagine your absence not because you want to disappear, but because you want to feel seen. It's not about ending life, it's about wondering if your presence matters, about watching the world go on without you, just to see if anyone notices. It's your brain begging for acknowledgement in the most dramatic thought experiment possible. We don't talk about these thoughts, but we all have them, especially in moments where we feel invisible while alive. Number 9. Why you can't remember. Entire chunks of your childhood. Everyone says, just remember. But what if you can't? Blocked memories aren't just a trauma cliche, they're a neurological defense mechanism. When your young brain encounters something too overwhelming, it sometimes just shreds the evidence. No warning, no permission, gone. And sometimes it's not even big T trauma. It can be neglect, instability, emotional confusion. Anything your developing brain didn't have the tools to process it may have quietly buried. That blank space in your memory, it might have been where your brain built walls instead of memories. Number 10. The truth about why you can't stand being happy for too long. You finally feel good. Everything's going well. And then comes that whisper. This can't last. That voice is called hedonic anxiety, a quiet fear of happiness itself. It tells you not to trust joy because joy makes you vulnerable. If you get too comfortable, the fall will hurt more. So your brain stays tense, armored, suspicious even during the good stuff. It's a cruel paradox. You crave happiness, but your brain sees it as a trap. Especially if you grew up in chaos where safety often came right before danger. Your nervous system learns to expect the drop, so even peace feels like a setup. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.